Okay, we got a new idea that I'm gonna try for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm just gonna make a quick speed recap or like an in-depth of the trade that I ended up taking today. I want to post a video in the morning, so we'll post our live sessions every single day still. But again, I'm gonna do a series at night also. So again, this will be day one of it, of doing the in-depth trade recap. So again, you guys can see my thought process behind my trades, and instead of just journaling it into my TradeZella, I want to start getting it on video also, so I can go back and watch it too. So it'd be good for me also. So again, we'll post it on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We'll do 2 videos on YouTube, the whole session, and we'll do this session. This will be day one of sticking to it. Again, we're going to do it every time we take a trade. Either we break even, we lose, or we end up winning a trade. I think it could benefit me. It could benefit you guys watching also who trade like me. And again, you can get my thought process for the people who actually watch me and want to get better at trading. All right. So again, this is the way I trade. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Again, I say that in a lot of my videos, but let's dive into it. So I ended up taking a trade on ES today. This was literally just a continuation confluence, I feel like, to come up and take out a higher time frame draw above. I didn't like the way I trade, if you see the thumbnail of the video that I ended up posting, because again, I entered a position size way too late. I got a little cocky with wanting to make more profits because I didn't enter my full position size. And again, it's just a learning lesson. I can't be the best every single day. I don't think I performed too well. I don't think my brain was in the right spot today. You can actually watch the video, in my opinion, just because I know myself best. I just feel like I didn't trade well, okay? So I noticed that, and this is why I think rules are a big thing in trading, because I followed my rules, I stuck to my plan, I didn't overtrade, I didn't get aggravated when I get stopped at a break even. I ended up noticing that my brain wasn't in the right headspace, so I decided not even to take another trade. I decided to sit out for the rest of the day, didn't take a trade. We ended up making profit on the day, $10 per account, but I think I took a good trade, but the second entry was terrible. All right, so let's jump into it. I'll stop talking. As we can see here, market open, right, is the 5-minute time frame. We have our draws marked out in the higher time frame. We could see with these 4-hour highs, previous day highs above, and Nasdaq actually ended up taking these out, right? So I'll go to the hourly on Nasdaq. I'll try and do this video a little bit quicker too, so we can post on Instagram and TikTok. But we could see we took out these previous day highs and 4-hour highs, right? Here's the previous day highs and 4-hour highs on Nasdaq. We could see here, right, previous day high, and then we also had these 4-hour highs down below. Nasdaq already took them out, ES didn't. That's why I wanted to target this previous day high on ES. So we can see market opens, we get a big reaction up. You can literally see in my daily bias, if you go to my Discord, I wanted to see a manipulation lower and then continue higher, right? Because again, we came up during London session, we came down, took out Asian session lows. I wanted to see a manipulation, reversal, New York continuation to the upside. But again, we did get that, but we didn't get what I wanted. So you'll see why. So if we go to the 5-minute time frame, I have it rewinded over here because again, we took it on ES. So we can see we got a big move up on Nasdaq. We didn't come up and take out this high yet, right? So I wanted to see our manipulation lower. We could see Nasdaq was staying in this 5-minute fair value gap we had. ES didn't have a 5-minute fair value gap. So I wanted to see a manipulation lower. ES came down, sweeping out these 15-minute lows, right? We'll go forward. And this is where we ended up forming a 5-minute SMT at the low. You can see we marked out the SMT. We formed a 5-minute SMT. Nasdaq formed a high and a higher high. ES formed a high and a lower high. I took it off the lagging index here. I probably should have took it off the leading index, just targeting this hourly high, and then these draws above would have been stopped out at break even after first take profit anyway, but I decided to take it on ES, right? So I was scaled down to the 1-minute time frame. We could see that we ended up getting an inverse fair value gap after the 5-minute candle closure. My first entry was here, putting my stop below this low. And then first take profit was going to be this high right here, and then I wanted to go to all-time highs. But I entered in half my position size right here, and then I didn't enter another position size after the break of structure to the upside, which I should have right here. This should have been full entry of the trade. First take profit should have been here. Second take profit should have been up to the all-time highs. Again, I would have been stopped at a break even on the rest of the trade, but I would have made more profits. But I'm going to show you where I went wrong. So again, I wasn't paying attention to the break of structure. The 5-minute SMT didn't form yet. That's why I went half my position size. But once the 5-minute SMT formed, we already were like up to here or something like that. Yeah, here. So I didn't want to take a trade. I wanted to see a fair value gap get filled. We had a bullish fair value gap down here. So we had a 1-minute bullish fair value gap. As you can see down here, we'll X out this bearish fair value gap. I wanted to see a retrace into it and a bullish reaction out of it. We didn't get it. First take profit would have ended up hitting, but I only was in 1 micro E-mini. I didn't enter my full position size. So I wanted to see it run at least for a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Right here was just a 1 to 1.2. So what I did, which was kind of stupid, I thought price was going to run up to all-time highs above. So we ended up forming another 1-minute bullish fair value gap. Again, I know this was a mistake. It was probably stupid. I thought price was going to continue higher and just keep trending up the entire day. But we came back down to this 1-minute bullish fair value gap. We got a bullish reaction out of it. That was my second entry. So second entry was here. That ended up bringing my trade like up to this area or something like that. I moved my stop up below this fair value gap, and then I noticed this was a stupid mistake, so I decided to move my stop loss to break even. right? And I wanted that trade to run completely up to those all-time highs with the position size I was in. We were already up like $50 or $60 per account with one micro, but again, I wanted to make more money. I was greedy today, I'll be honest. And then you could see we put our stop loss at break even, and we ended up getting tagged out of the trade. So again, this should have been first take profit. We should have been confident in the trade, maybe entered in a little bit more, like maybe 2 micro minis, e-minis, because again, I like entering at least 4 or 5. Matters on my stop loss, but again, I like risking around like 200 to 150, 100 per trade right now as I build up these 20 PA accounts. But you could see, we'll go to today's trade. We ended up getting stopped out break even. Here's all the PA accounts, as you can see. And again, there are accounts, there are PA accounts, as you can see, trade of 8 PA. You should be able to see that on the side over here. Wait, we'll move it in. Yeah, you can see right there. But again, I don't know, break-even day, I thought my mind wasn't too good with trading today, but I'm happy I just stuck to my rules. Break-even trade, didn't lose any money, didn't make any money. I thought the overall first entry was really good. I just got to trust it more, and it just, maybe it could have ran to that full take profit, but it just didn't want to today. So again, that was the trade I ended up taking. It was literally, we got a big reaction off of market open. I wanted to see manipulation lower before we continued higher. We ended up staying in the 5-minute fair value gap on Nasdaq. On ES, we came down, swept out a 15-minute low, formed a 5-minute SMT. 1-minute inverse fair value gap was our first entry. Our second entry should have been the break of structure to the upside, targeting that high as our first take profit. And again, maybe we could have let it run or not. I wanted to let it run, but we would have been stopped out at break even regardless. But if we just took half our position size off, if we entered our full trade on first take profit, we probably would have made a lot more money than we did today of it being a break-even trade. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm just glad that I followed my rules. I stuck to my plan. I'm staying patient, and I'm following the overall system to continue growing slow over time, and we'll prove that over time. Hopefully you learned a little bit in this video. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Like this post on Instagram. Like this post on TikTok. Comment. Let me know if you think it's a stupid trade or not. Again, if you are a really good trader, if you got any advice, give me some good advice. If not, I'm just going to keep doing what I do every single day and learning from my mistakes. All right, peace out.